The NFL season just wrapped up and Black Monday came around, and that's a day where we see a lot of coaches get fired or let go, if you will. And we only saw one head coach get let go, and it was Doug Peterson of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Sunday night, we saw Jerod Mayo and the New England Patriots part ways, and we saw throughout the year several coaches being fired. We saw Robert Saleh getting fired with the Jets. We saw the Saints moving on from Dennis Allen. And we saw the Bears moving on from Matt Eberflus. And for right now, we got 5 job openings. And those openings right there are very big. But they're also very big players in the mix, like the Raiders, the Colts, the Dolphins, and I can say the Giants to an extent. They have to have a good draft or free agency, because if they don't, those coaches are out of here. And the coaches coming into these 5 organizations that I mentioned that are looking for a new head coach, this draft right here can give them the boost. I believe New England's in the best position when it comes to having immediate success. So we'll see what happens here. But let's talk about the draft. The Titans got the first overall pick, and this is going to be a big year for Callahan. If he cannot win this year, Tennessee is going to move on from him, so he's going to have to get a franchise quarterback. And I don't think Tennessee is going to go and look in free agency because they got the number 1 pick, and I think they're going to be willing to take the risk, and I believe they're going to pick up Cam Ward from Miami. They just got a little thing for Cam Ward rather than Shedeur Sanders. I really don't understand that, but at the end of the day, though, I believe they're the same player when it comes to NFL terms, because you're not going to be able to run the ball. And I believe he has the better arm out of the two, so there you go there. And the Browns will pick up Shedeur Sanders, and I believe this right here has to be to the fact where Deshaun Watson had a big setback with his Achilles, and he's going to miss a lot of time, if not the whole year. So it's not looking good for him, and they got to move on from him and find a new franchise quarterback, or maybe a quarterback for the next 2 to 3 years. The Giants will pick up Travis Hunter, I believe, is a steal early on. They really can't do nothing with the quarterback position. They may make a trade. I highly doubt it. J.J. McCarthy could be an option. Aaron Rodgers can be an option. But what they got right now is not working. And it's going to be interesting to see what goes on for them in the free agency world. Already here, the Patriots will pick up McMillan from Arizona, a receiver that will come in and give a big boost to Drake May in that offense. Drake May has zero, I mean it when I say it, zero talent around him on that offense. And if he can get someone to throw to, like McMillan, and also add maybe a T. Higgins in the offseason, but they do got the biggest cap space available, I'm telling you, the Patriots can be successful. The Jags, Will Campbell, going to protect Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence had a tough year this year. He got hurt and in his season very soon, or too soon, if you will. So he's going to get protected. The Raiders are going to pick up Will Johnson, the biggest steal in my opinion, from Michigan. That corner right there is going to go into the league and show people on what real football is. He is going to shut down your favorite receivers. Just get ready for it. Remember the name, Will Johnson. The Jets are going to pick up Mason Graham, adding to that defense right here. The Panthers are going to pick up Abdul Carter from Penn State. This right here just may very well be the boost to that Panthers defense. I believe they're going to add some additions in free agency, obviously, like everyone else will. I believe this defense right here is going to be good enough to contend in the NFC South next year, because that offense ended off the season on a high note. If they add in a star receiver in free agency, they're going to be all right. I'm telling you, folks, they got a good backfield, a good quarterback, maybe add a tight end or two in free agency. They don't got to be big names, but someone that fits the system. That team right there could be dangerous, folks. So moving on here, the Saints are going to pick up Kenneth Grant. Let's see here, Chicago, Kelvin Banks Jr. from Texas. They got to protect Caleb Williams. He's early in his career, and you don't want to see him get hurt a lot. I believe, though, this is a make or break year for him, because last year we didn't see much success from him with all the talent he had. Granted, he didn't have an offensive line really blocking for him, but with that talent, though, you got to win some games. So if you don't do good this year, I just don't know what will happen. I think it's going to get very interesting heading into year 3 if he sucks this year. Alrighty, here, moving on, San Francisco will get a corner right here. And Dallas are going to pick up Ashton Jeanty. I like Ashton Jeanty a lot. He came on the scene this year in college football. In the previous years, really didn't hear much from him. And this year, he's going to go to the Dallas Cowboys and get them a big boost, if you will, because CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, and Ferguson, they really can't do it all by themselves. Yes, they can catch the ball from time to time and get a couple 100 yards a game, but they got to have a running game, a successful running game, if you will. I get my words tied up there. And really didn't see that this year, but with Jeanty coming in, I believe that right there will give them a big boost. And if it doesn't work out, it's no other than Dak Prescott's fault. Alrighty here, moving on. Miami, Luther Burden. We all saw the Tyreek Hill statement after the Week 18 game. He wants out. They got to find a new receiver, Luther Burden. There you go. Indianapolis, Jalen Walker. Atlanta, Tyleik Williams. That right there is going to give that Falcons D-line a big, big boost, and they need it. Arizona, Cameron Williams. Cincinnati, TJ Saunders. I like this one right here. Cincinnati needs a lot of help right now. That offense, though, is clicking. That defense, though, needs some work. Seattle is going to pick up Simmons. The Houston Texans are going to pick up a Marion Hampton. They need a successful running back in the backfield that's not named Joe Mixon, that will be there for more than 2.5 years. I believe Mixon is going to be here for maybe one more year and then come back another year and then realize halfway through the year it's not going to work out and he'll get traded somewhere else. So I don't see him being a long-term solution, but if they get Hampton, that could be the long-term guy, if you will. Denver will get Ibuka from Ohio State. Bo Nix needs all the help he can get, and if he can add in some receivers, that will be nice. And really, really cool to see Tez Johnson go out there, his half-brother. But for right now, they're going to get Ibuka. The Buccaneers will get Loveland at tight end. They need tight ends. Baker Mayfield can't really rely on Mike Evans to win games 24/7 because Evans is a good receiver. Do not get me wrong. But there are good corners in the NFL, and that will shut him down from time to time. And Baker needs a good guy to check it down to, and Loveland will be the guy. Already here, moving on, Steelers getting the Millen. Wyatt Millen from West Virginia, a great pickup there. I believe is going to be a very successful NFL player in the long run. The Rams, Trey Amos from Ole Miss. Green Bay, Ravel. The Chargers will get Tyler Warren from Penn State. And I don't like Tyler Warren because he's a Penn State player, but he's going to be good in the NFL. I did not like Brock Bowers in college. He was just a villain, but look at him now in the NFL. Warren is going to be big next year. If you're on fantasy, you need to draft him. He's going to be a steal. Scorton is going to go to Washington. Baltimore is going to pick up Barron. The Vikings are going to pick up Dylan Sampson from the University of Tennessee. I don't know if you can see that back there. Go Volunteers. The Bills are going to pick up Walter Nolan right here. The Eagles are going to pick up James Pierce Jr. from the University of Tennessee. He, at the beginning of the year, was highly regarded in the draft, and people talked about him being the first overall pick, but obviously things have changed for the worse. The Chiefs, they're always going to get a big steal here in this first round. Who are they going to get? Mr. Bo Scatterbo from Arizona State. Scatterbo went off in the playoffs against Texas. 199 receiving yards, and he was insane. He's a dynamic player. I don't know if he's your speed guy, but he is definitely a good lead blocker and a short yardage kind of guy. Kansas City will get a big-time steal there. Detroit, Michael Williams from the University of Georgia. But there you go. There is the 2025 Mock Draft 1.0 by myself, William Blackwell. What do you think? Comment down below, and please like and subscribe.